I'd like to talk about my favorite subject today, which is a bit of sarcasm, and it's about breathing, which seems to be quite in nowadays, and how the breath is this thing, and as it comes in and comes out and comes in and comes out, it massages, I don't know what, the nervous system, and it can ease the anxiety and the stress that we are all, some more than most, experiencing nowadays. I've always had quite a Tourette's relationship with breathing. Like I can breathe and then I stop breathing, and then I breathe a little more and then I stop breathing, or like I'm like, which you may pick up a little bit with the way I speak as well. Anyways, I have come a long way, and I can now at least help myself out when I'm really stuck. When I'm really, really, really stuck, it's still tricky, but generally, look at me. I can hold a conversation. I can say a whole sentence. I don't have to hold my breath. I can keep myself going. I can be aware of it. I can think about breathing, and I cannot totally like freaking fall into 1,000 pieces. So the breathing thing, usually what people do is they raise their chests and they take a big breath like that. And maybe that's the one thing that I'll simply say today, that you don't want to, well, you can breathe up into the top of your chest, but what you want to do is you want to breathe into the wings in your back. And in order to do that, you do need an enormous amount of space. So one does sometimes raise, or you make yourself as big as you can, and you make space on the inside of your body. But it's not so much that you pull your chest up, because this actually pulls your head back and down. But you preferably want to keep your head going forward and up. That way, remember, neck, free, head, forward and up, and then the back stays back. If you're looking that way, this head's going forward and up, the back stays back, and you breathe into your entire whole back, and you breathe up into your head. So you breathe with your head going forward and up, neck, free, head going forward and up, and this back staying back, lengthening and widening. So sure, one does want to make some space to breathe, make some space, but you want to breathe into your back, and you want to keep your head going forward and up. So you breathe like up through the top of your head, like a shower, breathing like a shower necessarily. So it's like the fountain that starts here at the bottom of the hips, goes up through this way and up through that way. And if you keep the coordination of the body going, then the breath it works in that direction. To be very honest, I would suggest that you build a relationship with your own breathing and figure out how you can breathe more continuously, breathe more fully, and more. I mean, people try and think of breathing deeply, but maybe rather just think of breathing fully. You want to breathe down at the bottom, and you want to breathe in your stomach, and you want to breathe up here in your heart and your chest, and you want to breathe up through into your forehead. It's not really that one is doing something when you breathe. You just want to keep the natural coordination of the system going, and the breath goes in everywhere, all the way up into your fingers, goes into your feet, So the breath and the blood is supposed to be all over the whole body. And you want to think of widening and lengthening your whole stature. And then you don't want to think of, I must now breathe. You want to think of, I must now not hold my breath. And it is true that breathing connects you again with yourself. And when those are connected, then you're free. Who said that saying that control the breath, control the man? If you can control your breath, you control yourself. And the anxiety runs away with one, but if you can control your breath, you never hold it, you just allow it. You give your stature its full space, and then you just don't hold the breath. And you don't hold the breath, and you again don't hold the breath, and you're like, oh shit, here I am in myself. And if I just keep a hand on this breathing, then I have a hand on myself. And that's nice, especially when things are not easy. So don't hold your breath. It's funny, one can probably say, yeah, don't hold your breath, man. Life's just going to be so bad. But actually, don't hold your breath. It's the only way life's going to be very good. So that was a bad saying that they figured out. I would say, don't hold your breath. So not holding the breath is like, oh shit, I've got to keep this thing going. I've got to keep it going, got to keep it going. And you've got to keep it going. Because that's basically life. Life is in the oxygen, comes into you, into your blood, and then there's life in your blood. And if you don't have any oxygen in your blood, you're probably going to die.